How did Jamie and I meet? This goes back obviously into the 90s, Lakewood High School. What do you think? I was
You were a junior.
Junior? You're a sophomore.
I was a sophomore.
And I don't really know like the intricacies of us meeting, but we definitely knew of each other.
Yeah.
You know, definitely had a little thing for her. She had my eye. I think I had her eye.
The country girl.
Little country girl. I'm definitely not a country guy, but anyway, I do remember the two of us hanging out a little bit and going back to her place in Harbor Hills. And
I made you watch The Lion King.
Made me watch The Lion King. That was, I don't know if it was really a date. Was it a date? Was it just kind of hanging out? I don't remember that aspect
It's because we weren't allowed to watch like PG-13 or R-rated movies, so
No.
we watched The Lion King.
You weren't allowed to watch.
Right.
I was fine. So yeah, we watched The Lion King, hung out a little bit, and that's kind of where that stopped in high school. And then, you know, then obviously, you know, life goes on. I graduate. She's, you know, she's still in school, and I go on with, you know, with
your life,
with my life, and she went on with hers. Fast forward, God, how many years is this? So
12? No.
12, 13, so I do remember
14 years?
14 years?
No, 13. Something like, I don't know, 12, 13 years.
It's somewhere in there. The math, we went to Lakewood. The math's in there somewhere. So, you know, Jamie and I both went on, you know, a journey. We'll call it a journey. And, you know, we both had to go on that journey, learned a lot about ourselves, number one. I know that was my story. Really learned about who I was, what I wanted, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And just through, you know, damn social media. Gotta blame social media with Facebook.
Good old Facebook.
Good old Facebook, you know. It finally got to a point where, you know, I had been single and going through my little journey, and I put it out there that, hey, I'm back on the market. Let's just call it that. And Jamie bit. She bit. She bit on it.
I did. I saw it. I couldn't believe it. So I sent you a private message.
She sent me a
What
private
do you mean
message.
you're single?
Yep.
That was all I said.
And that's all it took. She sent me a private message, and I said, wow, Jamie Nichols, not Harper. Jamie Nichols, what has she been up to? So I probably, you know, Facebook stalked her page that night. She probably did mine, whatever.
You didn't have anything
And
to look at, though.
I probably didn't
You had
know.
like one picture.
My account was pretty dormant at the time.
In JG3 templates.
JG3 Consulting. And you know what? She had sent me one of those private messages. Hey, you know, hope for the best in your situation. What's going on? I've been through it. And if you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm available. And I said, give me your number. And I think I called her probably within 15, 20 minutes
Yeah, call me
of
right
that
away.
message. I remember vividly. I was out at my old house, outside on the front step, and just had a real nice conversation. And it was good to reconnect with her. And I remember that night thinking, wow, this is interesting. Interesting. So that's how we met, and probably rekindled our relationship.
I remember showing Michaela a picture of you.
This is funny.
And her first comment was, "But mommy, he's bald."
He's bald.
And yeah, he's bald. And then, but I don't know if we made a big deal about you meeting the kids or not. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I just know that the two of us made it real clear to each other that, hey, you know, we have kids. I had 3, she had 2. You know, she went down the dating path before. This stuff was kind of new to me in terms of dating, you know, after post-divorce. And we were both pretty adamant, I was anyway, that I wasn't going to just introduce my kids to, you know, any girl I was
Your
dating.
kids were older and needed more time before they met me. It was...
But it was the same with the kids too. It's not like, you know, it was several, you know, probably several months.
It was 6 months because I met them when we came up, the girls and I came up for Christmas 2012.
2012, yeah.
And that was the first time that I met your parents, and I met
JG2.
And the
Janet.
boys and Emerson. I think that was the first time.
That's probably right.
We all met. Janet walked through the door, I'll never forget it. She walked through the door and gave me a big hug like she had known me forever. Laughing. The boys were the boys. Hey,
yeah,
how
how's
you
it going?
doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It was no big deal.
And Emerson wasn't even 2 yet.
No,
not
she wasn't
quite
even 2.
So I remember meeting, Jamie's basically entire family for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And I remember telling myself, I'll get into it here in a second. Just on the way to this event, thinking, man, you must really like this girl if you're coming to this situation. And anyway, unfortunately, Jamie's grandmother had passed. And I remember talking with her about it, being there and supportive for her. And she said, hey, you know what? We're all at my grandmother's house. The whole family's out here. Why don't you come out? And I'm thinking to myself, no, that's a family situation. It's probably good for you and the family. And she's like, no, my family's great. Come on out. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna be the idiot out there, But okay. So I did. So I came out, and it was, for a family to be going through a situation like that and to just be open to say, hey, who are you? It's nice to meet you, and take 5 minutes just to introduce themselves to me. It meant a lot to me. And I did my best to try to just stay low key and just be there for Jamie, but it was a really good day. I remember that day thinking, wow, this is a good family. There's a lot of good people here. So
After we had been communicating, I guess through Facebook really, and messages, and then phone calls, and when we started visiting each other, realizing that this was turning into something, we had the issue of I was in Florida in a pretty successful career, and he was in Ohio with a successful career, and kids were involved, and kind of what we were going to do.
What are we doing here? What is this?
We decided that no matter what, we were going to stick it out and figure out the logistics. And I tried to move probably a year before I actually moved. That didn't work out for extenuating circumstances, but it was probably a good thing because it forced our relationship into a longer time of talking every night for 2 hours on the phone, visiting, looking forward to the visits, being excited,
right?
Developing the relationship. It was good for you because you were going through your journey still and kind of adapting to being on your own. And so it took us almost 2 years before we actually took the plunge and moved.
2 years. Yeah, and in the entire time we try to make it a pact. Hey, no more than 4 weeks. It was with my kids every other weekend. She has the kids full time, so I was trying to come down there, kind of like a monthly thing. We'd alternate as best as possible, and sometimes we had to go 5, and
I think
5
5
weeks
was
the
the longest.
most, and it was tough. You're building a relationship, and yeah, the phone conversations are great, but you just want to be able to connect and just. Unfortunately, like most relationships, you come home from work, you sit down, have dinner, have a glass of wine, and talk about your day. I mean, we had to do it over the phone, nightly. But I know she'll say the same. It was great for what we both needed at the time.
Yep.
We were able to really get to know each other over a 2-year period. I think sometimes, couples might jump into things a little too quick in circumstances like ours. And that really wasn't even an option for us, which turned out to be great.
I think we had said in the beginning, or not, after some time had passed, that if I was living down the street, we don't know if our relationship would be like it is now, because we took the time to kind of get to know each other and talk, and our lifeline was the phone. That's all we had.
It was. The best thing that I say is like, oh, you and Jamie knew each other. We did, but we didn't.
Right.
We knew each other about this much, and that was high school days, like really back in the day.
It don't really matter. Personal days.
No, it doesn't. Who cares? It's all irrelevant. Now we're adults, and it was really great to. I always wondered what she had been up to, or
Same
whatever. And you get to find out, and we get to connect all over again and learn about each other's lives and what was going on the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So.
That's great.
And then finally it made sense. We both talked about it with the kids, and the reality is my kids live here. My kids are here in Ohio, and
my kids came with me.
Her kids were able to come with her, and after 2 years, you got to make a decision on what you're doing, and it just, she's the one that did it. I give her kudos. I mean, there was definitely times where I was ready to just pack it up and head to Florida, head south, and kind of start that aspect of life all over again. But she knew I'd the guilt would just be with me every day.
You're not that kind of
if
dad.
I wasn't there with the kids. So she was the definitely the bigger person in the relationship that day. And said, "Hey, this is what's right. This is what we need to do." And
It's still
that's what I love about her. She doesn't just talk; she walks the walk. We both do it.
Yes.
Well, the day finally came where it was time to move. And you got to understand, Jamie was living pretty nice down there in Florida. She had a nice little 6,000 square foot home, six bedrooms. I mean, the two of us were splitting rent. I wasn't there half the time, but when I showed up, I enjoyed it. The kids come down this summer. We had a great, great house for all that. And then the time came, hey, it's moving day. And we took the plunge, trailered her car up to the Penske truck and took a 2,000-mile drive up to Ohio.
We were, 10 miles out, and Caden's hamster died.
Oh, yeah,
So then,
unbelievable.
Not only did we have the stress of moving, then the stress of trying to explain to Caden that her
Right.
hamster had died.
Your hamster just didn't make it.
10 minutes down the road. So, I don't know, we moved, got adjusted. The girls I think I had a tougher summer last summer because we moved not in a school year, so they didn't have really any friends, and so the journey this
Right.
year has been to get them adjusted, get them having friends, making friends. I guess I kind of knew that once the girls were okay and they made friends, that I had made the right decision. Deep down I know I made the right decision, but that was almost a comforting thing for me to know that, okay, they're going to be okay, and then now, a year later, they're having sleepovers and seeing people out that they know, and it's just
Playing outside every day,
it's a great feeling. And then
it's kind of the confirmation of it all.
and uniting.
They're out there, they're doing it, they're adjusted, they got friends, they're doing great in school.
Yeah, and uniting the kids was
Yeah.
was great. I mean, the boys are, look at the little girls like, oh God, they're little girls, which is what you would expect from two teenage boys.
Emerson inherits two big sisters.
Emerson has two big sisters, and
they fight like sisters. They love on each other like sisters.
It's been tough getting all the three girls to kind of find their role. Michaela went from the oldest to the middle child.
Right.
So she struggled a little bit with that. Emerson, struggling with having to share her toys and not understanding that there are other kids that like toys as well. So that's been a challenge. It's ongoing.
Right. It's ongoing.
It is.
You got a dream, I got all day. Let's make some plans to slip away. You got a dream, I got one too. Just let me show you what you can do. We can bury hatchets, flip the mattress, make a sandwich, then check for Netflix. You got some time, girl, I got some too. Just let me show you what you can do. Oh, what a mess the children make. Too young to clean, but old enough to play. Don't let these things make you feel blue. Just let me show you what you can do. We can do the dishes, vacuum carpets, clean the fridge out before we go to market. Life is easier to live through when two people do all two can do. You say you got a dream, girl, I got one too. Just let me show you what you can do. Oh yeah, you got a dream, yeah, I got one too. Just let me show you what you can do.
I guess the bottom line though is, after it was basically almost a year ago to today. So, the move up here and all that stuff was all obviously predicated on we knew we were looking to get married. We both agreed that it wasn't an immediate thing we had to do, but clearly we had those conversations before a move, was even discussed. And I tried to be impulsive with the engagement, and I wanted to catch her off guard. She knows me so well. I figured if I waited till like her birthday or Christmas.
Well, you told me it'll
or,
probably be around your birthday. So
yeah,
that's
well, I'm
kinda what
just
I
trying to throw her
expected.
off, you know. I mean, but wait, circumstances were just perfect, you know. We I'd been saving up, you know, was able to get a nice, hopefully she likes it, ring,
I love it.
and we had perfect conditions. We were all going out to Las Vegas.
With Bambi and Dominic.
Yeah, with some good friends of ours. And I told Dominic, I told my parents,
My sister.
Shauna, I told you. You kept your mouth shut, which was great. Even though you said you couldn't do it, you did it. And that was it. I really wanted to make it as much of a surprise as possible. So flew her out to Las Vegas. I was in Phoenix at the time. We met up, had a great dinner, and did a proposal. And she was shocked.
I was floored.
She was floored, and I was like, yes, she didn't know it was coming. And here we are today. You know, we're with all our loved ones, our bestest of friends, all of the family, the kids, anyone who supported us over the last 2.5 years. That's why you're here. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all very much, and we're happy to be here together.
Someone's putting kisses in my mind's eye. Someone's posting letters to the house. Someone's always saying sweet things to me. Someone special wants to be my spouse. I know it's a long road from Ohio. I know you'll be here soon. Got the movie picked and dinner on the order. No utensils needed, we'll just spoon. So get here soon. Someone's always singing songs about
You
me.
make it so easy.
Someone always wants an extra.
Your arms are so warm.
Someone reads my mind before I write
I
it.
can't help how well I know you. Someone knows I'm stuck deep down in love. I know it's a long road from Ohio,
But the weekend's here and so am I. Got the movie picked and dinner on the order. You and me and margaritas mix just fine.
See you tonight. I'm sick of this stupid phone and go. I'm here, there, we're together, but still alone. Oh, darling, there's just no telling how far we'll get if we take less for something worth all of these miles and hearts.